Paris Saint-Germain belongs 3-1 as Kylian Mbappe scores 2 goals. Jules' first win of the season, and more importantly to me was the reaction from everyone. Made it seem like the last 6 weeks never happened.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we were wondering what how the Parc des Princes would welcome Kylian Mbappe, especially. And there was a standing ovation. He was cheered all the way. The performance was really, really good, to be fair, in what was a top game. Really, really entertaining game because both teams were attacking. They were pressing high. It was... Ugarte was great. I mean, Zaire Emery, who's 17, and we talked about Yamal before, and Zaire Emery is just a little bit older at 17 and 5 months, but incredible performance from him. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to the Euros with France next summer because he's just that good.
Let's go back to Mbappe. Forgive, forget for now.
No, and he seems happy. So if he's happy, I'm happy. You know how much I love him anyway. So that's it for me.
Monaco came from behind way back on Friday night to snatch a draw at Nantes. But Jules, they're top of the league, and Flo Balogun is on his way. Who's happier, Adi Hutter or Arsenal, who get a nice big transfer fee?
I think both of them. Adi Hutter really wanted him at the club. Brillon Bolo has had a really bad ACL injury, so he's out for the season. And then they had Marwan Bohadou, who's never really confirmed what we saw before.
Didn't he score?
Yeah, he scored. He scored the third goal to make it 3-3. Yeah, he's on his way to Salernitana, I think, in Italy. So they thought Ben Yedder, who, as you know, has been charged for rape. We're not really sure what's going to happen to him, and we need someone to compete with him for that number 9 position anyway. And Balogun has a different profile, running in behind, the pace, really good with Reims last season in Ligue 1, so knows the league already, knows the country. Perfect. So 40, maybe a little bit more than 40 million euros. That's a lot of money for someone so young. But I think that's a good project for him, for Balogun. I think it's good for Monaco to have him. They really, really wanted him. They've started well this season. Adi Hutter was really happy with the 3-3 draw, despite some poor referring, again, some poor decisions. The fact that they conceded 2 goals very early on as well. But he was really happy. He's very happy with the progress. The top of the table, as you said, with Marseille, that we'll get on to a bit later. So good, and then you sign Balogun. So right now, I think Adi Hutter is a really good manager, and for Arsenal, they get the money that they wanted for their player who was never going to play with Arteta.
It's just fine. I always had this, because as you know, I don't have a lot of faith in the strike force of Gabriel Jesus, Eddie Nketiah, Leandro Trossard on a good day or a bad day, as we saw.
I agree.
Even though he is the best on earth. So I always thought in the back of my mind, break glass in case of emergency. Ain't going to happen.
No, I know.
Marcelino's Marseille, I see what I did there, are top of Ligue 1 after beating Brest 2-0. But Jules, plenty of comings and goings. Joaquin Correa is on his way in. Alexis Sanchez on his way out. And Matteo Guendouzi could be going too, joining Lazio to replace Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. Your thoughts on the musical chairs?
I mean, the game first, they were not good. Paulo Lopez saved them. He had an incredible game, really, and Brest were really good. But Marseille won, they move on. Correa is in Marseille. This one is through. He's going to play wide and not... I mean, he can play more central, of course, as a second striker. I think he brings them that kind of versatility, which is good. Alexis Sanchez...
I guess Marcelino watched his YouTube highlights, and that's why...
I think in his 4-4-2, your old dad 4-4-2, Marcelino...
He's going to play wide in a 4-4-2.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Right,
good luck with that. Alexis wanted to be back, he says, because his contract expired. And now he's at Inter. But he said he wanted to be back to Marseille. But you need to be, you need the 2 parts to kind of be in agreement for it to happen. So he slacked off Marseille, who didn't respond. They didn't want to respond to his message. Don't know what that means, because Marseille, I think, were quite keen to get Alexis back. He was really good for them last season, so I don't know
where... They didn't offer him enough money. That's the reality.
You would think so, but I mean, come on. He's 34 years old. And Matteo Guendouzi, Marseille needed some money, and I think...
So they can pay for Correa?
Correa is a loan.
With an obligation to buy, no?
Yeah. So I don't know, 15 million euros for Guendouzi. That's decent. I think at some point they wanted 30. They thought they could get 30 for him. We will see. He's very keen on going to Lazio, to Rome, to work with Sarri. I don't know if he can make Lazio better, because they haven't had a good start of the season.
They've lost both their games this season.
Yeah, so we see. But I don't know. He started really well at Marseille, and then he could not really keep it up.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.